Was good, people. Ropes here to talk about that fight last night between Khan Peterson. It was a good fight, man. One of the best fights I've seen this year. There's a lot of controversy, of course, behind the referee. We'll get into that. But I just want to say, to start this off, I didn't think that fucking Peterson was going to win this fight off of the decision. I thought that there was no way in hell he was going to beat Amir Khan unless he knocked him out. Because just based off of what we've seen, we've gotten used to seeing the guys that they're trying to build up as stars get a lot of gift decisions. So I thought, not even in Washington is Peterson going to get a decision over Amir Khan. I was definitely wrong about that. One thing that I did know is that this was going to be a tough fight for Amir Khan because of Peterson's style. And Peterson also has the ability to adjust. That's one thing that we've seen with Peterson. So I knew it was going to be a tough fight for Amir Khan. Like I say, man, him getting the Peterson getting the decision was something I didn't think that was going to fucking happen. But the first couple of rounds of the fight, rounds 1 and 2, it didn't look like Peterson was going to win. It didn't. He made Amir Khan miss a lot of shit, but his offense wasn't there. And even if a guy is missing a lot of punches, as long as he's active, then usually the round goes to him. So the first 2 rounds I gave to Amir Khan just based off of aggression. He wasn't doing nothing really big, but he was just active, and Peterson wasn't. But then the third round came, man. Did you guys see that third fucking round? Once the third round came, I'm like, damn, man. This shit is over for Amir Khan if Peterson keeps fighting like this. This is going to be an upset right here. And shout outs to Aaron Braden. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, bro. For calling this, man. He called for the upset, and he was absolutely right. Excuse me. People, I'm a little sick. If you guys haven't noticed, I sound stuffy and shit. But, yeah, he called it right on the money, man. This was an upset, big-time upset that a lot of people didn't expect. But, the third round came around, and he started hitting him with some brutal body shots, pressing him up against the ropes, and welling off on him, and making Amir Khan look like he wasn't going to make it. He really did. I gave the third and fourth round to Peterson. I didn't score the fight with a pencil because I wanted to sit down and enjoy it. I actually started to score, but then once the action really started picking up, I'm like, fuck that. I just want to enjoy the fight. I'll go back and watch it and score it later. So I didn't score it round by round. So that fourth round was the last round that I really scored. But I will say that that Peterson, he fell off a little bit. After round 4, round 5s and 6, he kind of slowed down a little bit, but then he got himself back into it again, made it a fight. It was a good, close fight. A razor-thin victory that I think still goes to Amir Khan, regardless of those decisions from the referee. Let's talk about the referee for a second. Now, most people are focusing on the 2 points that the referee called against Khan for the pushing. But I'm noticing not too many people are really talking about the first point that was taken away from Peterson for the knockdown. That was a bullshit call by the ref. Bad call by the ref. Because the first time that they all went down when their legs got tangled, even when the referee's legs got caught up in there, and he didn't call it a knockdown, that was correct. But that second time, that was the same exact situation. Peterson's legs got tangled up. He was off balance and he fell over. That's what caused the knockdown. But he still got that called against him. So if we're gonna undermine the referee's job, if we want to just ignore the referee's calls and not really respect the referee's calls, then we have to give that point back to Peterson. Okay. And as far as the 2 points from Amir Khan, I personally think that Amir Khan deserved to have 1 point taken. 1 point. That last point that the referee took was a little bit, it made him look a little bad. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion. I agree with Peterson. I think that the referee called the fouls for the wrong thing because Amir Khan was pushing Peterson's head down all night. Peterson wasn't coming in with his head. He wasn't trying to headbutt Amir Khan. I don't know where you guys are getting this shit from. He was trying to get on the inside and work on the inside and fight chest to chest because that's where his chances of winning the fight were, because Amir Khan was running pretty much all night. He was really running all night. I mean, if you look at what he did, Amir Khan, he was looking like Devin Alexander in there. Garbage footwork, and he was just throwing the same thing over and over again, which was the jab, straight jab. That's his little 3-punch combination that he likes to throw over and over again, and the shit wasn't landing. And I think that he got credit for a lot of those punches that he didn't even really land, and he became predictable. I don't know why he didn't throw uppercuts, because he seemed to be having success with those, especially when he got close, but he just stopped doing that, and he was just comfortable with doing the same thing over and over again. So he was definitely running. There was a couple of times where he looked ridiculous and over the top with that fucking running. I mean, we're going to say that guys like Floyd Mayweather runs and Muhammad Ali was running, and you want to say that that Marquez was running in his last fight, then there's no way you could look at Amir Khan and say that he was not running. I mean, there was one round where, man, this motherfucker was skipping and looking stupid, man. I was like, man, this running that he's doing right now is really a little bit over the top. And it really made him look kind of amateurish and overrated for the second time. He really looked overrated when he fought against Maidana, and that resurfaced again with this fight. But I think that the referee should have called a foul for Amir Khan pulling that goddamn head down. There was one time where he even jumped up and grabbed his head and pulled him down. So I agree with Peterson. He should have taken the points for that, not the pushing so much. Pushing, I really don't mind too much. That's a part of boxing. You have to push your opponent off and make some space. But Amir Khan was fighting dirty in there. He did throw a couple of elbows in there. You cannot deny it. If you go back and you watch, he did throw some fucking elbows in there. And he even tried to throw some low blows. He even put his elbow in Peterson's neck a couple of times. So he can't say that he was the cleaner fighter and all of that shit that Amir Khan was talking after the fight, because he was attempting to fight dirty once Peterson started bringing the fight to him exactly as he was supposed to do. You know, he's not supposed to stay on the outside and let Amir Khan run around and throw that little 3-punch combination all night, because you're going to lose like that. So congratulations to Peterson for doing what he had to do to change the fight. I think that if you take away that knockdown from the first, which I forget which round it was. It might have been the second round. That first point that was taken away from Peterson for that knockdown. If you give that point back to him, which it should go back to him, if we're going to ignore the referee's calls, and you give 1 point back to Khan, because like I said, I believe he deserved to at least have 1 point taken for a different thing, then the decision still winds out the same way. It still turns up a razor-thin victory for Lamont Peterson. Same decision. So that's my thoughts on that. You guys leave me your comments. Let me know what you think. Immediate rematch is what I really want to see. I think that it should be neutral. I don't think that it should be in the UK, just for the simple fact that we don't want any excuses. We don't want to say that if Amir Khan was to win the rematch, we don't want to say that it was just because he had the hometown advantage. Just make it neutral. Make it in a neutral area. That way there's absolutely no excuse. We can only judge the fight just based off of what happens in the fight. So we'll see what happens with that. You know, Amir Khan, he's going to have to stick around at 140. His plans of moving up to 147 is ruined. But personally, I think that if he moves up to 147 fighting anything like he did last night, he's going to have a terrible time and a lot of embarrassment at 147, because those guys there's some guys there who know how to cut off the ring very well, and who know how to fight on the inside and who know what to do against a guy like Amir Khan. Amir Khan is going to have to work on his inside game big time. His shit is completely garbage. He looks like an amateur on the inside. He's on that Devin Alexander shit, like I said. So I'm running out of time here, but you guys drop your comments at the bottom. Let me know if this is worth the rematch. I definitely want to see it. I'm out.